now or never, I can't look back. It's mine forever, the record is stacked. It's like the Letterman team on my back. The time is now or never, I'm making it count. Counting the times they counted me out. Straight out the mud, I'm making it out. I gotta get it, the time is now. Sheesh.
Can you hear me?
Where are you?
I'm in Taiwan.
You're in where?
I'm in Taiwan. Yeah.
Doing what?
I just had to come here and take care of some stuff, and I'm just here hanging out with my mom's out here right now, and yeah, I'm just
You're in
greetings, greetings from the other side of the world, dropping dimes, checking
where?
in. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't
What?
matter what day. It doesn't matter if there's a holiday. If one of us is on the other side of the world, one of us is back home in Texas visiting pops. Dropping dimes officially coming through weekly. Official. So
Where
yeah,
in
so I'm
the
out here.
dude? You all the way on the you look. See, it's dark over here, and then you gotta go all the way over here. Keep going. Well, where's Chili? He's like all somewhere over there. Where's somewhere in there?
Yeah, well, no, we here. Next week I might be checking in from Disneyland Hong Kong. You never know.
Yeah,
So
so there you are right there. There it is. And then way over here. Look at that.
yeah,
It's dark over
this is how
here.
we get down, man. This is how we get down, man. This is how we get down. Look, man, we got to take this stuff seriously, right? You said rain, sleet, or snow. So it doesn't matter traveling or whatever. We make time and take care of business, right? That is the objective, to always take care of business and give the people the content that they deserve. And there's so much going on in the Valley right now with sports, that sports within the Valley, and then also with people departing, whether getting released like Kyler Murray, or not getting renewed like Bobby Hurley. Just there's a lot of situations going on. The Kyler Murray thing is kind of good riddance, but in the best way. Like, we're not mad at him. We just needed him out so
Time
that
to
we
go.
can move on.
Yeah. Well,
And then
let's get into all that. We'll dive into all that. I see you got a guest lined up here.
yeah,
And
for
so
sure.
this is Chili. We were out taping our D-back spring training show all day today. That's why I look all tan and stuff.
Yeah, you got some color, my guy.
I know,
Sheesh.
man. We were out all morning taping it. By the way, you
Soaked
can
it
watch
up.
that Sunday night on 12 News, or the following Tuesday on 12 News before the Suns and Nuggets game right here on NBC. But something's big happening this week. ASU beginning spring football. And I see the guest you got right here from Devil's Digest, Ho Rubino. I'm going to let him in.
Hold.
As I'm doing that, thank you, everybody, for watching another edition of Dropping Dimes. Cam Cox, Just Chili. I cannot believe where he's broadcasting from. Let's see
Live
if
from Taiwan. Live from
that's
Taiwan.
crazy. That's
Hey,
crazy. Let's see where Hope is at. Hope, where are you at, man? We got
Hi, guys.
Cam is in studio in our new newsroom. Okay, by the way, it looks like NASA mission control is like coming in. Chile is in Taiwan, Hope, in case you didn't.
Man, I did not even know that.
Look, it's daytime.
Yeah.
And it's daytime.
Hey,
Crazy.
that's not a backdrop. That's a window.
Yeah.
That's
And
a
Hope, you
work
can be
player.
where you want to be, Hope. Where you? Alaska, Antarctica?
Nah, I'm okay in Chandler, man. It's all
Okay, there
good.
we go. See, he's not on the
Okay.
witness protection. He's putting out his location just like that.
Casa de Rubino.
There we go. Ho, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Doing good, man. A busy time, obviously, for Sun Devil Athletics. You got spring practice starting tomorrow. Head basketball coach search in full swing. Women begin NCAA tournament play tomorrow. ASU baseball, really nice start for the season so far. So yeah, not a dull moment.
It's a good
I
time.
wanna get
ASU
it- I wanna get
baseball.
into-
What they
I wanna
they
get
walked
into
it
all
off
that
the other
stuff.
night. They walked it off the other
Yeah.
night against GCU.
Yeah.
The job. I mean, the fans seem to be pretty high on the job Willie has done this year. Coming off that contract extension, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know they had that real disappointing 3-game series in Dallas, all against top 25 teams. But to win that series at home against number 17 TCU was huge. I mean, I felt that if they lost that series, let alone got swept, I mean, man, the whole vibe of the season can change, even though there's a lot of baseball left. So that series win was huge for the Sun Devils. And look, man, anytime you beat GCU, I don't care how good or how bad GCU is, and anytime you beat them, I mean, there's just a little extra juice for a victory like that. And they have a pretty challenging road series at Kansas State. Maybe one of the more surprising teams in the Big 12 right now. So it just seems like for Willie and the kids, it's like big test after big test. And so far, they're doing pretty good. But they just have to continue this momentum going. Because, like you said, Cam, ever since he got the contract extension and when they had those four consecutive losses, the boo birds started to come out a little,
Sure.
fan base questioning if that was the right move or not. So it's going to be a continuous process of trying to prove yourself.
Chili,
I like Willie.
Chili, how tapped in are the news are you over there? Like, are you getting alerts on your phone, or do you know what's happening today in the Valley?
Yeah, I know that Cesar Chavez is looking for a new high school football coach.
Yeah.
I know some of the stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. We're in 2026, and like for those that don't know, my mom is from Taiwan, and growing up, uh, Taiwan sports, basketball is like the big thing over here. Basketball is the big thing, but they are always 2 days behind. This was growing up, right? They are still 2 days behind. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, I literally just saw live Luka Doncic like winning a game in overtime, but I saw it
Oh,
on Twitter like 3 days ago.
there you go. It's
I'm
Chili.
like, what is
The
going
way the bank account is set up, they got to check it in the savings, and it takes 3 business days to clear.
on? I
Oh,
don't
so we
know.
can catch Chili up on what happened today. Obviously, the big news.
There's a tariff on sports coverage apparently, so
Maybe,
help me
maybe.
out here.
Maybe Chile, or Hode, obviously the news today, Molly Miller not with the team
Yeah.
as they begin their NCAA tournament run. It's crazy. We all saw her Sunday. She gave that press conference. She was really excited. Of course, the reaction was one of the best videos you've seen all year, fitting for one of the best stories all year in women's college basketball. She's not with the team because of an illness. What do you know? What are her chances to be there when they tip off Thursday, 6 o'clock against Virginia?
Yeah, my understanding it really is a 50-50 proposition right now. I know that she does have a pretty veteran coaching staff, and today there was a press conference with Stephanie Norman, the associate head coach, somebody actually who's a Sun Devil herself, ironically. And she and then the players at the press conference were just saying all the right things that Molly Miller is obviously a huge part of this team, but their performance tomorrow and really anytime in the future, if Molly Miller's not on the sidelines, should not rise or fall on the presence of Molly Miller. Again, with just we talk about baseball, the burden of proof is on them.
Sure.
They're saying all the right things with Molly Miller possibly not being there for the opening game in their NCAA tournament. They feel confident that that's not going to be an issue, but when the rubber meets the road tomorrow, we'll see how much her potential absence, because again, it's not etched in stone, but her
Sure.
potential absence can have an effect on the Sun Devils.
And
Everybody's
she's
sick.
about to have that Willis Reed moment where she comes out the tunnel right before game time, and it's gonna be electric. And she's gonna be out there doing her little dances, and
There
and that
goes
team's gonna
Willis.
be jacked.
There
Hey,
goes Molly.
and you're gonna watch them Sun Devils get for it. I'm telling you, it's gonna be
Listen,
electric.
everybody's sick of this valley. You walk down the street, everybody is sneezing. What is in the air?
Oh,
Like, not only is it hot as hell in
I
March,
know.
it's March,
that's
middle of March,
crazy.
and Chile was 102 degrees today.
Yep.
It's gonna be
It's 70. It's 70 here.
107, 110 this weekend. Like, it is hot,
Better
and
not
then
be.
everybody is sick. Oh,
Yeah,
we
like
just
in my 27 years of covering ASU football, I don't remember spring practice starting with triple
ever.
digit temperatures. I mean, it could happen in April for sure,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
starting in March in triple digit temperatures, never.
the craziest thing.
Hey,
So I took my parents to a spring training game last week.
Oh man.
And my dad was like, it's Thursday, it was 100 degrees. My
Yep.
dad was like, in the morning, he's like, hey man, you got us tickets in the shade, right? And I'm like, I looked at him and I wanted to be like, no, I want to give with tickets. It's spring training. They're just tickets, just sit and watch. And then I paused. I was like, wait a minute, it's gonna be 1,000,000 degrees today.
Yep.
He's on to something. We lasted 4 innings in the sun,
oh,
and then dad was like, I can't take it no more. And then when we walked back up the
I feel
concourse,
that.
everybody was hanging out in
Did,
the
did, didn't they move
shade.
some of the first pitches, I
They
think,
did.
later on to the evening?
Several
Yeah.
games have been moved to the
Yeah.
evening, but I mean, it literally looked like the Conjure. Everybody was just hanging out
Oh yeah.
upstairs in the shade. And then today at Salt River Fields too as well. D-backs and Cubs. It was kind of the same thing. Nobody wanted to go sit in their seat until first pitch. So literally everybody was in the shade on the concourse. Chili, that's how hot it is
It's
here.
cooking. It's
Yeah, it's cooking.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
it's crazy. Hey, and nowhere it's not cooking anywhere hotter than Rossini's office because he's got some work to do in finding a replacement
Yep.
for Bobby effing Hurley.
Mm.
Hold, I need to know, is it a possibility? Can we get my man Woj? Is it gonna be Glasser? Is Scott a possibility? Oh, what's the deal? I know you're tapped in, ears to the street.
Yeah, first of all, I mean, Woj, if he comes over here, it might be as a general manager, okay? But I don't see that as a realistic possibility anyway. Byron Scott, I mean, sure, it's a nice story and an alumnus, coming back to restore the program, but I just don't feel that it's a realistic possibility either. I mean, maybe he gets a courtesy interview by Graham Rossini, maybe he doesn't, but I just don't see him being a viable candidate.
I talked to him today, Hode. He said he has not heard from ASU yet.
Okay,
Not
yeah,
heard. But I mean, and I'm with you. I'm not surprised. Like,
yeah.
I think he has a lot of good ideas. I think being alumni would mean something. But I don't know how you feel, but I feel like they just want the next younger guy. It just seems that way.
Hey, hold. If you get a chance to talk to Rossini, if he is serious and this Master P thing is a possibility, I will DJ Sun Devil games for free. I will
Chili,
DJ Sun Devil games for free.
you did not call Ho to ask him tonight if Master P was a serious candidate. This man has
I will
things
have
to
that
do.
thing bumping out.
He's got things to talk about. He's got things to do at home. He probably wants to eat dinner. And here, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ho. Never mind. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Make him
Well,
say,
I mean, sure, okay, it's like, Byron Scott, Master Peak. I mean, get cute stories, but that's
Thank
where they
you.
start and end
Yeah.
as cute stories.
You should
So
mute yourself. I'm gonna mute Chili. Can I do that for you? Go ahead.
let's talk about some of the more viable candidates. So look,
muted
I'm
him.
not saying this is a definitive short list,
See if I can
but
unmute him.
if I'm going to look at head coaches right now in college, Eric Olin from New Mexico, Randy Bennett from St. Mary's, each of them have a unique connection to Rossini and to ASU. Eric Olin and Rossini grew up in Mobile, Alabama, so there's definitely a personal connection over there. Eric Olin is somebody who did very well with the UC San Diego for several years. His first year in New Mexico, right now, they did win over 20 games, just missed the NCAA tournament. They're actually playing in the NIT tonight. So that's, the Eric Olin angle. Randy Bennett, I mean, that's somebody that when they wanted to replace Rob Evans, his name was mentioned. When they wanted to replace Herb Zendig, his name was mentioned.
It's been 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So maybe third time is a charm. Randy Bennett, is the folks who don't know, his father has been a longtime coach at Mesa Community College. Randy Bennett, born and raised in the Valley, and would definitely love to retire here in the Valley. Now the question is his last job before retirement going to be the ASU job? And you talk about looking for a young coach, and I'm not saying that's something that's really guiding Rossini from start to finish, but Randy Bennett is in his early 60s, so when you have that, then you have a storyline that anytime anybody talks about him, the storyline that dominates it. Oh, Randy Bennett wants to come home and he wants to retire right after that ASU job. Is that what ASU needs right here, right now? And I think it may be somewhat of an injustice to a guy like Randy Bennett, who has had a great career with St. Mary's, is going to play with St. Mary's, in the NCAA tournament this week, which obviously kind of complicates things for Rossini, how much he wants to talk to Randy Bennett, and honestly, how much does Randy Bennett want to talk to Rossini or anybody else? I mean, your teammate in the NCAA tournament. I mean, you have to be just laser focused on that.
Yeah.
So you have that. There's assistant coach Jeremy Case with Kansas, somebody who has very good ties with Adidas. So that's something that obviously can benefit ASU as an Adidas school, and obviously Case, despite default being with a team like Kansas, somebody who has had a lot of success at the college level. He's the associate head coach, so really Bill Self's right-hand man. So not just another dude on the bench over there for the Jayhawks. And, the last name, which again, I'm not saying this is like the definitive short list, but a name that's already been brought up a lot, Derek Glasser, the former point guard for ASU, somebody who right now is an assistant coach at UC Santa Barbara. We know the story about Derek Glasser playing not only high school but also at ASU with James Harden. Their coach at high school, Scott Pera, was their assistant coach at ASU when both of them were playing for the Sun Devils. And this is a potential hire, and I stress potential, that James Harden is absolutely going to throw his whole weight behind in terms of PR, in terms of NIL money, in terms of leveraging business connections that can make the potential hire of Glasser attractive. So again, I'm not saying Glasser is the leader in this race, but he definitely brings a unique aspect that none of the candidates that I mentioned could bring. Because let's face it, guys, not only in football, but also basketball, it's NIL, NIL, NIL. And in football, you need obviously a huge budget of NIL because now you need to land, probably 10 studs, on both sides of the ball. Basketball, it only takes probably 3, 4 studs to land. And then you can talk about a program that can be a legitimate Big 12 championship contender, let alone making it into the NCAA tournament. So I think that the NIL aspect, that is something that Glasser probably has an advantage over any other candidate, even candidates I might not be aware of. But the question is, does Rossini, care about the age? Does he care about head coaching responsibilities? We don't know a lot about Rossini and how he goes about hiring,
Sure.
coaches, because Molly Miller, that was low hanging fruit. And no disrespect to Molly Miller by any means, but she was across town at GCU. Here you are, ASU, going to triple her salary without her family moving.
Yeah.
That was just a no-brainer decision for
No-brainer.
Molly Miller to come to ASU. So that, I mean, I'm not saying Graham Rossini didn't put effort into that hire, but obviously now hiring a head basketball coach for the men's program, that's a whole different story. And again, we don't know what direction Rossini is going to go in. He's only been a athletic director for 2 years, so you don't have that pattern of coach hirings with Rossini. So maybe bring something out of the box. We'll see.
Hey, you're right. You don't have the pattern, but what we have seen at ASU recently, what has brought success is youth, exuberance,
Mhm.
passion, things like that with Dillingham and then Molly Miller, obviously. Do you think that maybe that gives somebody like Glasser a little bit of an edge because he's got some of that swag to him?
I think that people that have talked to Derek Glasser do get that Kenny Dillingham vibe. And it's kind of ironic that Chile and I are here right now on this podcast because both of us were fortunate enough to talk to Kenny Dillingham before he was hired at ASU. And we heard, and Chile, my man, broke it before anybody else. I'll give props where props due.
Actually broke news, FYI.
Did you really?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Check
It
the
was
tweet.
I was back from a miserable game at Pullman, Washington, and at the Pullman airport, Chile's hitting me like a mother.
Oh,
Like, good man, you're not going to believe who's going to be the next head coach at ASU. And of course I know Kenny Dillingham because I've been covering the team for 27 years, and I've been following his career a little. His success, at Memphis, at Auburn, at Oregon, obviously with Bo Nix, Florida State. So when Chile told me that, I mean, it's not like I didn't believe him. But it was like, wow, this is like really, really from left field.
Yeah, they did it.
And kudos for the ASU boosters because after that disaster named Herm Edwards, they put their foot down and they told Ray Anderson and Michael Crow like, hey, this is our candidate, okay? This is what you're gonna have to roll with, or maybe donations aren't gonna look so pretty if you're gonna hire somebody else. But just talking to Kenny Dillingham, before he got hired by ASU, you could just really tell that passion that you cannot fake if you're an alumnus.
So
And people that talk to Derek Glasser, then talk to Ken Dillingham before he got hired, are just getting that same vibe that he's a person that deeply, deeply cares about the program. It's all genuine. James Harden has always supported the basketball program, even though he has no ties to Hurley other than that he's coaching his former college team. And not to go off on a tangent over here, guys, but I give James Harden a lot of credit because I think he's the only former ASU player in any pro league
big
that
time.
is out there supporting,
Yes.
not only with dollars and cents.
Yep.
He shows up to games. I don't want to start naming names over here in other sports.
I'll name them for you, Hode.
And their lack of support.
Yeah, I'll name them for you.
Yeah.
There's one that swings a stick that could snap his fingers and pay for everything real quickly. Just saying.
Sheesh.
I've just that makes more money than anybody.
Yeah, exactly. And
Now,
look,
and to your point, Ho, they don't
yeah,
owe, they don't need, they don't owe it. It is a
exactly.
weird,
Yeah.
it is a weird space that Chili and I argue about this all the time. Just because of that, they don't have to. The NIL thing makes my head hurt because one day I think boosters and people are just going to say, I'm not doing it. I'm not
Yep.
going to keep reinvesting my money over and over. I don't owe
Yep.
that. It's my money. It's our, you know what I mean? So like, I understand all that.
Yeah.
It's hard.
So
It is
I
hard.
just think if
But
ASU is like so
James has backed it up. He's
yeah,
backed it.
James backed up, and just look, I'm not saying if ASU doesn't hire Derek Glasser that you're really disrespecting James or anything like that, but it's like, okay, you're a basketball program that needs NIL badly.
Yeah.
And you got somebody who has a stature still as an active NBA player.
Sure.
First ballot Hall of Famer. He's out there supporting.
True.
Look up the numbers, Cam.
There's a joke.
Look up
There's a joke. There's a joke.
Look, I mean,
Cam's
yeah,
mad. Cam's mad.
yeah. If he has a ring, that's definitely not a discussion. Okay, and maybe he gets one before he retires. But nonetheless, I mean, he's somebody that is out there supporting by his presence.
Yeah.
He's out there supporting with dollars and cents. He supports the women's program too, along the whole time.
Yeah.
So when you have a guy like that is wanting to resurrect the program just as much as Derek Glasser wants to resurrect the program, I think Grambling State needs to give a lot of thought to that. And again, I'm not disrespecting the other candidates. I mean, Randy Bennett has a crazy great resume. Eric Olin has a great resume. So I'm not, I'm sorry if I'm sounding like I'm championing for Glasser more than I'm championing for the others. But I just think like Glasser's angle is unique compared to any other candidate.
Hold real quick, Chili.
I got a question.
Hold on, real quick. Can you answer? This is the one question that no one's been able to answer about Glasser.
Okay.
Because I've heard the same thing.
Okay.
I think we're going to ask the same thing.
That he has the back end, that he knows the boosters, that he can get the basketball team to a certain number NIL, that he has a plan where it would compete in the Big 12, right? And be right up there with the top numbers, dollars, and cents wise. Here's the one thing no one's been able to answer yet, to me personally.
X's and O's.
Can he coach? And I mean that as respectfully as possible. I'm not saying a college assistant can't coach. Just what is he like as a coach? Can he coach? Does it matter? I don't know.
Look, I think the answer is yes, but obviously when you're an assistant coach, then maybe not all of your traits, maybe not all of your talents are coming out. But I'll answer this question that I've been getting a lot from my subscribers too. Ever since
because he doesn't, the reputation that Kenny had is way differently talked about.
No, 100%.
Than Glass. It's just night and day. It's not the same.
Yeah, and to be clear, because again, some people try to get me on that. I'm not saying that Kenny's resume before he came to ASU is equivalent to Glasser's resume, and vice versa.
Okay,
obviously,
fair.
And Glasser, if I was told by the people who've been closer to the situation, that if a guy like Glasser would come to ASU, you're going to have an assistant coach with 15 years on the bench, next to another assistant coach with 15 years on the bench, next to another assistant coach with 15 years on the bench. And I'm not like fixated on 15 years. Could be even more than that. So I think Derek Glasser is smart enough to know that he needs a bunch of veteran assistant coaches, a bunch of veteran staff around him. That he obviously not having the head coaching experience, he knows where his shortcomings could be.
And that's what I was going to ask. Do you think that he's going to be able to find those type of guys to come to ASU? Because that was a huge issue, I feel like, with the Hurley entire Hurley regime. Like
100%.
Assistant coaches were super difficult for Hurley to obtain, which is so weird because of the pedigree that he has.
Yeah, but Chili, the wallet. What are you paying these assistant coaches?
No.
But some people should want that opportunity to coach at this level.
Look, I disagree because I think I think Hurley could have convinced Ray Anderson and even in Gramercy in the last couple of years, like, okay, I need to get a stud assistant coach, and this stud assistant coach wants to come over here, and here's his resume, and here's his pedigree. I mean, I think that if Hurley, and again, I don't want to talk about people that aren't here anymore that much, but I think if Hurley just brought that to the table to any athletic director at ASU, that it would resonate and it would be a positive response. And guys, let's go back to Hurley's first head coaching job, at Buffalo. He had a guy by the name of Nate Oates, who you guys know really,
Yes.
really well. So
Yes.
People forget that.
Yes.
People
when Hurley
forget
sees
that.
that success of Nate Oates in Buffalo and how much the success that Buffalo had at the time is also tied into Nate Oates. I'm not saying he did more than Hurley, but he did a whole lot to contribute to that. Why not continue that pattern? Like I need 1, 2 stud assistants on my bench each and every year.
Hey, hold. I am also not sure if everybody's already been blown out of the offices or not. But
Mhm.
is there any chance at a holdover of any sort, like with maybe Evanson or one of those guys, just a way like Iguano stayed with Dillingham's staff?
Chili, that's got to be way down the road. You got to hire a coach first, right?
Yeah,
Hode?
yeah. I mean,
I think
I think
I
it's
think we all
premature.
knew with Iguano. Iguano was gonna,
No, I know.
you
Yeah,
know, I mean, Dillingham made the effort, but
I
if
think
a,
yeah, I think a holdover is perhaps on the table, but
okay,
I can give you I cannot give you a percentage right now. I know that the name Nick Irvin has been brought up as a guy that if he stays on board, Masapa Diop is not going to guarantee to stay at ASU, but you're increasing your chances that much more. My understanding was that at the end of the day, and this is not breaking news, if you pay Diop what he thinks he's worth in the market, then I think you're going to be able to keep him with or without Nick Irvin on the staff. So,
oh,
again,
sheesh, okay,
holdovers may happen, but I don't think it's something that has to happen.
All right,
okay.
Hode. You and I going to be up super early in the morning with Chili sleeping and dreaming. And I don't know what he dreams about, but he's going to be dreaming.
Hey,
And you and I are going to be able to crack it down. We're going to watch the sunrise together bright and early in the morning for spring practice day
Yeah,
one.
exciting,
What are you
exciting.
looking forward to, Hode?
I'll tell you what, it's exciting because man, there are just so many new faces at so many key positions. I mean, defense returns literally one starter.
I was about to
You
say,
know,
yep, that's
you're
it.
going to have your starting quarterback is going to be new. You're probably all your starting wide receivers are going to be new. Hard to say if it's going to be running back by committee or one alpha dog, but who knows what that running back room is going to look like. But to
are
me,
you really
like I
worried
said,
about? Is running back room really something that either any of us are worried about on this board right
Hode.
here? Because
I mean, Chili. You're worried about everybody.
yeah,
And I was talking to somebody about this today. And Hode, I'll be to cut you off. But
yeah,
like before Sam Levitt became Sam Levitt, you didn't
hmm
know you had Sam Levitt.
yeah,
Before Cam Scatterboo became Skip, you didn't know he was Scat. Same thing with Jordan Tyson. They basically, gave up on it. Colorado. You didn't know you were getting a future top 10 pick in Jordan Tyson. You hoped, but you
yeah.
just weren't sure. So it's like
but
I think
the only
we need to learn who these guys need to develop as playmakers. And they need to show that they're going to be those next stars because right now we're just looking at the roster. We can guess names, but I don't think we know who's going to take that next step yet and show us they're that next star of ASU football that they're going to slap on a sandwich or a burrito or a salad
Shout out to
or
Burrito Express.
whatever. You know what I
Shout
mean?
out.
All the above.
But
We just don't know who those people are yet, Chili.
hold, I'm gonna let you finish this because the reality is the only things that are guaranteed in life besides death, taxes, is that Iguano is going to produce and 1,000-yard producer on
That is true.
offense. It is guaranteed, written in the stars.
That is true.
Oh,
That
thank
that
you.
that is true. But
But
you
doesn't win
just
him
don't.
8 games again and lost to the Sun Bowl. I need a guy that's going
Oh,
to take me to the tech with the Speech Bowl again.
Yeah,
Although I did
no,
okay.
like the Sun Bowl. Although I did like the Sun Bowl.
no, exactly. But I really like what Kenny Dillingham said. We had a press conference with him yesterday that he knows the culture is established, but he also knows that with a lot of new faces, you really need to introduce and entrench that culture right now in spring. So fall camp, you're not having any drama in that department. He also talks about practices needing to be more effective because he felt that maybe that did hurt the team at times last year. So like I said, I mean, it really is almost like a brand new team. No Sam Levitt, no Jordan Tyson, no Keith Abney, no stud linebackers like Keyshawn Elliott and Jordan Crook. I mean, just no Xavier Alford, no Miles Ghost Roster. I mean, just so many new faces that you're really curious how everything does come together. I mean, last year's spring practice, he had so many veterans. You just had that foundation, and we were building on the foundation. And obviously this year it's just a total different story. We just have to reintroduce not only the playbook but the culture to so many new faces. I mean, I think ASU can be successful in that endeavor, but it's
Sure.
still an endeavor that they need to conquer.
Chili, just because you're on the other side of the world, you missed this. So Kenny Dillingham,
I
I
know.
swear he said efficiency like 17
Yep.
times
Yep.
in that problem. Be more efficient. Practice is gonna be
Yep.
20% more efficient. I'm like, okay, coach. I mean, I thought you were always somewhat efficient, but now you're gonna be more efficient. Um, and then another thing he talked about, Ho, which I thought was interesting, was the leadership council. And kind of
Yeah.
piggyback off your point, there's only one person right now in that Pat Tillman leadership council.
Yep.
And basically, Chili, he was talking about, hey, like people got to earn it.
Yep.
They're not just going to throw people. It's like, hey, you're the next leader of this team. And it's kind of what I was talking about. It's like they don't know who those guys are yet. Last year, I probably could have predicted who was going to be at Big 12 Media Days before spring ball. They're going to bring this guy, they're going to bring this guy, they're going to be, you just knew who those guys were. This year, I mean, they don't have any leaders yet. They have to find them between now and August, right, Hode?
No, exactly. And again, that goes back to really having so many new faces and really entrenching the culture. So yeah, to like have a leadership council right now would be just an
You
exercise in
wouldn't trust them.
frustration.
Yeah. You wouldn't. You don't know them there yet.
Yeah,
They're not there
just
yet.
because player X or player Y is a returning player and maybe they showed some flashes here and there does not make them by default a good leader. So I'm really curious to see how that comes along because that's going to be huge. I mean, the culture of this team, people can roll their eyes and say, "Oh, it's just a football cliche or something."
No.
The culture of this team is how you engineer a turnaround
Yeah.
from 3-9 to a Peach Bowl the next year. I mean, sure,
Hey,
this
look,
talent helps, but culture is what really was, the straw that stirred the drink that year.
look, I know them jokers down south really think that they got something on ASU, but I think that the situation at ASU is better
What are you
than it's
talking
ever been
about?
Yeah.
in a long time.
Hold
In a
on,
long time.
just you're not gonna say their name. They watch too. Sometimes we talk
No,
about
I don't.
them.
I don't know them.
You're
I
not
don't.
gonna say their name.
I know. Listen, I
I
know
heard
a couple
Scott
of
wouldn't
the
say their
kids on
name
the
either.
team.
So, oh,
I
okay.
know a couple of the kids on the team, and I try to support them as much as possible. And
Oh, it don't
I
sound
love my
like it.
guy Andrew. I love my
It
guy
don't
Andrew
sound like it.
Morgan. I
Uh-huh.
love my guy Andrew
Oh,
Morgan
we
as
talked to him. He was
individuals.
on
They
the
great.
show.
Yeah,
He's not
friend
gonna
of the
like.
program.
He's not gonna
Friend of
like
the
that. He's
program.
not gonna like that
But he
comment.
knows. No, he knows what it is. He knows what it is. He knows
It
what it
says
is. So
it just cracks me up. You remember Cam when Dan Gonzalez was here at ASU. He would call U of A the anti 200. He would rag on him like he was like born and raised in the Valley. And I asked him after he got the job at U of A like Danny, how you reconciling everything? I still
Oh yeah,
didn't get a straight answer,
yeah,
but I guess it's like he's down there now talking crap about ASU, and
yeah.
okay, I guess that's the way it goes. But
Oh, they signed that check, man.
that's right,
You got
that's right. But
you
but it's
got
just
listen,
so
to.
funny. It's just so
gas.
funny.
Listen, another thing, gas is $5 a gallon here, man.
No way.
Chili,
Yeah,
we are in trouble
Lying.
in
You're
this city.
lying.
yeah,
It was 3:30 9 days ago.
yeah,
2 days ago when I filled up, it was like 470 something.
yeah.
Stop it.
I
That's why you
wouldn't.
got to get a Costco
Yeah,
membership.
I got it. It was still high at Costco, man.
Costco's still like 380, probably 390.
I no, I think it's like
Yeesh.
four something. Anyway,
Probably is, yeah.
oh, we gotta let
Probably
you
is.
go. We'll see you in the morning.
Man.
Chili won't. I don't know. He might not. Also, airlines, TSA workers are not working right now because they're not getting paid. You might not even make it back, Chili. I'm sorry, man.
Oh man.
It's rough times here.
Dang, that's
It's rough.
brutal. All
It's
right,
rough.
Hode.
Hode, appreciate the time, man.
Thanks, guys.
I'll see you bright and early in the
Devil's
morning.
Digest.
There we go.
Yeah.
Devil's Digest.
There we go. Hode Rubino,
Pull up for
Devil's
the scoops.
Digest. All right, what else you want to talk about, man? We covered a lot there, man. Hode is great.
Man,
Hode's
and no,
great.
I love him. This is a second time joining us, and I'm always grateful to have him on and gives us great insight on the program at ASU. And I just think that, ASU, I love what Rossini's doing. I love his passion for his position. And I think that that's super important because I think before we've dealt with situations where they just didn't care. It was more about a check.
Yeah.
And I love the direction of ASU on all athletic competition levels and in all sports. I think that everything is great in Tempe. One thing I do want to talk about is this madness going on in high school football. I need to show some love to my guy, Coach Hovick, who took a unique opportunity after rebuilding a program in Phoenix Union at Central, taking them to their best season in I can't remember how long, a long time. And then
And the
going
playoffs.
back home, like pulling a Kenny Dillingham, going back home to Cesar Chavez where he quarterbacked and trying to rebuild that program. And then, he leaves the program. And I think that there's a bit of frustration and disappointment for himself, just because, hey, look at that. Dang, you really got a vault over there. I think that there's a level of disappointment and frustration in him because lack of support from the district. And I've said this for a while. I like Cesar Chavez. The place is cursed. I love Coach Alcantar when he was over there and
Chili,
he was rebuilding that place.
It's not cursed.
And he was rebuilding that place, and then all of a sudden the pandemic hit, and all his players were
Yeah,
stripped
but
out and went to other schools. And every time something good happens, something bad happens.
I don't think it's cursed. Coach O was one of my favorite coaches here at the Valley. I saw a tweet that Coach Hathcock put out, who's now the head coach at Perry. Coach Alcantar saw put out a tweet too as well. Coach Hathcock would say, "We got to fix 6A." And Coach Alcantar said something that I agree with: the Phoenix Union needs to look themselves in the mirror and figure out why they keep losing good coaches. I am such a big advocate for coaches because they truly change lives.
100%.
And I hope that administrators see how important athletics is. I hope they see how important good coaches are, how schools need to be focused now more than ever on keeping good teachers and good coaches in the building. It is an incredibly tough job in today's day and age to be an educator. You're not paid enough.
Yep.
I don't think you're thanked enough. I don't think you're taken care of enough, even in your own district, however you want to put it. I just hope that they see the value in people like a Coach Hovick, because it is
he'll
truly,
be back.
I know he'll be back, but it's truly just sad to see that great people like that, they got to take a break from it all, because it's tough. It's tough. And I hope administrators realize the power of sports, coaches, and good educators, and figure out ways to keep them around more than they have been. It's incredibly important to support them, and I'll just leave it at that.
Two other things real quick, Cam. I saw two people post something about possibly Phoenix Union looking to cancel all sports or something like that.
Chili. And
I saw the Carters jump in and say, "No, we good over here."
No, well, listen. And I talked to Coach Carter. Listen, I haven't heard anything like that. I think speculating like that is reckless, because it's not sourced. It's not. You're just hearsaying things. We can hearsay a lot of things when it comes to Arizona high school football.
For sure.
So I don't think that's the case by any means. I just want to see good coaches, good teachers taken care of. I think Phoenix Union needs to do a much better job at that. I also agree with Coach Hathcock, and that 6A needs to be fixed. It is a bunch of teams. It is a handful of teams at the top, Chili, and then everybody else. And I don't know how you fix it, but it is the same teams now that are the destinations. And I don't know how a school like Chavez can compete with some of that. And if they don't change the way they zone it, they district it, I don't know if you go back to population classifications, but you have to figure out a way to make it a better level playing field, or else it will be the same 10 to 15 schools at the top and everybody else just fighting to kind of get in there. And maybe it's not even that many, but there is a disparity right now in 6A from the top and the other half of the teams. There is.
I also saw you put out a tweet, a statement from the Phoenix Union regarding a possible name change or something like that at Cesar Chavez, based on some of the news that has circulated. I am curious, is this the opportunity to create Pat Tillman High School, the Rangers?
I don't know, but that's a great idea. Chili, they're not going to rename the school anytime soon. I think that's a ways down the road.
I think you move quick on that, on those type of things based on the situation that's out there.
But I don't think realistically to change it, you maybe could put it on paper, but to change it's going to take time. You know what I mean? I do like that. I do like that name.
All right. Hey,
I do like that name.
Make sure y'all check out the two-piece. Me and Gridiron talked about a lot of multi-sport athletes. Hey, Cam, I appreciate you hanging out while I'm in Taiwan.
What time is it there?
It is 11:40. It's almost noon. I'm about to go out and walk around.
Yeah, go out and make it a great day. Here we go.
Hey, you know the deal.
All the lights stay on me. I treat the game like Wall Street. If not, it am times 10 with the benefits. Don't time is now. Now and never, I can't look back. It's mine forever, the record is stacked. It's like the Letterman team on my back. The time is now. Now and never, I'm making it count. Counting the times they counted me out. Straight out the mud.